I walked around with this character of Jack Harrington in my mind for years before I wrote the first word, and I always said I was going to write a book, and this was something that was going to be done in the far-off future. And I went to journalism school, I was a reporter, I was always a writer and editor, but the fiction was going to be someday. And Jack was always there, and I would think about him in the shower and washing dishes and bathing babies, and I was always thinking about Jack. And then my mom got sick. My mom had pancreatic cancer, and she was diagnosed in the fall of 2003. And that was a real wake-up call to me that, like, these two people who had been my champions were not going to live forever. And I wanted to get going on this sooner rather than later. My mom died at the end of August in 2004, and then I finished Treading Water in 2005. And I feel like ever since then, she's sending me these great ideas, and we're kind of doing this together. Since then, I've written 41 other books. I would tell my younger self that the older you get, the better it gets. A friend of mine from high school is also friends with my brother, and he ran into my brother at a party somewhere, and he said to my brother, "So I was in school with Marie, and I'm just kind of wondering about all this like crazy book success because she wasn't that smart." And I think that is the funniest thing because it's so true. My parents got the same exact report on me for 12 straight years. If only she applied herself. And I'd be like, "Oh, yeah, I'm good. I'm happy. Everything's good." And I think that it's really important to not get caught up in the things that everyone else tells you you need to do well in. Just do your best and keep pushing forward, and you'll figure it out. I think about the high school performance, and I love to tell my high school classmates, bottom half of class, bottom half. Happy, thrilled. And I still have never used algebra. One thing that comes to mind about the fan reaction is just how personally they invest in the characters. I had one woman write to me about how she very sadly had a stillbirth and was very, very obviously traumatized by that, and then was reading, a couple months later, was reading one of the Gansett Island books where my character of Maddie was holding her newborn baby Haley in her arms, and in that moment had a feeling come over her that that was going to be her, and very, very soon it was going to be her. And she told her husband that, and he thought she was a little crazy, and she thought she was a little crazy, and then they never really thought about it again. And they had been going through infertility treatments for years, which had led to the initial baby, and then 3 months later they got pregnant without treatments. And she named the baby Haley Marie, which Haley was the name of the character's baby. And Marie was her mother's name, but she said it was also for me. And so when I got that email, I was like, somebody named a baby after my character, and that she took such comfort from something she read in one of my books at a time when she was very low, was probably the best response from a fan I've ever gotten. Pretty Woman never gets old. I know every word to it, and sadly for my family, I'm happy to repeat every word as it's being said. Mistake, big mistake, huge, I'm going shopping. I'm a Gemini. I'm a psycho, two-faced Gemini. My favorite candy is Heath, crunchy. Right now it's Breaking Bad. We watch as much as we can, and we're kind of into season 5, and so we're a little bit scared of what's going to happen when it ends, how we're going to live without Walter White and the crew. Bed. I write in bed, and it's a really big joke among my group of friends and family because I like to just be comfy, and I write in bed. I call it bed.com. And then I moved to maybe sofa.com or pool.com, and I have a beautiful office in my house that I never use. My husband calls it the storage room. I just want to say thank you so much to all the readers who've come along on this crazy ride with me, and I want to thank you for showing up for every new book and for embracing my characters, my series, and every new thing that I put out. I can't thank you enough for all of the support and how I get to do what I want to do every day because of you, and I never forget that. So thank you so much.